Hey, what's up, y'all? What's poppin'? It's D. Boss react to this Jubilee video. This is women's first time sex education. This should be interesting to watch. I actually have a virginity video where I talked about my first time, and I gave some little tips and stuff in that video too, I'm pretty sure. It's a cool video. Go check it out. It's demonetized, so whatever. But, hopefully it still helps some people out there. But, yeah, it'll be interesting to hear other women in their first time. I definitely have heard some horror stories. I had a very smooth experience, so, that's that. But let's hear, what they went through. Let's watch.
What does it feel like when a man penetrates you? Can you explain it in a way where men can understand? Oh, wait.
Man, why do you want to understand that? Why do you want to know that? I understand curiosity, but you want me to make you understand it? Is it because you think about being pet?
Did your first time hurt? I do remember it being a pleasant experience, but it was painful. And I was sore for like days after.
Oh no.
No, it didn't hurt at all actually. It was really careful about it, and he made sure to ask me if it did hurt or not.
Yeah, see, that's what you gotta do. You gotta find somebody who actually cares about you, and they're gentle, because if you fuck with some little fuck boy who don't care about you, and he just want to get his little nut off, it's not gonna be a good experience. He's not gonna care that it's your first time. He's not gonna care that you're in pain. So yeah, go watch my virginity video if you guys haven't. I gave some great tips in there and how to go about it. But yeah, I've heard a lot of women have bad first experiences for that reason alone, because they picked the wrong dude. You gotta pick the right one.
I wasn't used to having anything in my vagina. Like, I didn't even use tampons at the time.
Me either.
I'm not bleeding, anything like that. It was like very great. We did it. It's done. Got burritos after. It's very enjoyable.
Oh,
I wish there was some sort of education on like more the emotional side, because after like my first, it took me so long to even like kiss anyone again, just because it felt very odd to me, because this was like something that had been reserved for one person for a very long time. I was trying to navigate like dating and relationships, and I felt like I couldn't have a normal relationship because any man coming on to me, even if that's what the setting was, even if it's something that I would have wanted to do, it just felt wrong to me.
Oh wow.
What does it feel like when a man penetrates you? Can you explain it in a way where men can understand?
Oh wait.
Oh,
that's so weird.
That is weird. Yeah, that's hard to say.
I'm gonna try my best. For a man, when you really have the urge to go to the bathroom, that feeling, that like relief, except for it's the reverse.
You don't like feel it in one spot, it kind of like, you feel it.
You know when you have to like, you put like a
I've seen her
like a
before.
lid on something. It's like oddly satisfying when you put a lid on a jar of pickles. And
Girl, what
just
sex you
describe
having?
it as that.
No.
Do you ever
Don't
worry
listen.
your vagina doesn't look normal?
Yes.
I've seen
felt
porn.
like I didn't have a normal vagina.
Not
No,
anymore. I
that's
definitely
not
did at one
normal.
point, because then I would hear like this whole rhetoric about like roast beef or whatever, and I was like, my vagina kind of
That's
does look like
weird.
roast beef, and I don't know why that's a problem.
Oh,
If you're on birth control, how does it affect your body? So it's not something I'm currently on, but when I was on it, I believed that it would clear my acne, because that's something I heard for a long time, but it did the complete opposite. It made it worse. I for sure had mood swings, and I feel like that's not who I am at all.
It might take you several different tries with birth control to find one
She's
that
really
works
cute.
for
I
your
like
body.
that
For
shirt.
me, I loved the NuvaRing. My sister tried the NuvaRing. She gained like 15 pounds and hated it.
The main thing is to make sure you're always taking it, because I
Yeah.
have a tendency to forget, and that's when it really messes
you
you
want
up.
to get pregnant?
With the implant, I bled
Okay,
for
yeah.
almost a year straight. So that wasn't fun
Oh,
at all.
that's terrible.
If you have any like questions, just talk to a doctor about it.
Sex on your period? How?
Just wait.
In all caps.
Just wait.
Never
not
have
worth
I
it.
ever. Well, I did have my period for a year straight, so that's something I had to figure out. You gotta use a towel and a condom. Honestly, it feels better because your hormones are so all over the place that
It's kind of...
It depends, but
it's
no,
not as-
I'd rather
as
not.
bad
I
as
haven't done that in a
everyone
long
thinks it
time.
is.
Since like
Personally,
high
to
school.
me, sex on my period just seems uncomfortable because I'm already cramping up a lot. You're
Right.
already really sensitive by your vagina.
Right.
Things like Diva cups and different types of period products, per se, that can go inside of you, and you can have mess-free, that's how they advertise it, mess-free period sex.
Is it normal to masturbate? I know some people who would
Yeah.
say, no, it's not, and I
they
disagree
weird.
wholeheartedly. I feel like people who are like, I don't masturbate, I don't watch, I don't do anything, that builds up. And I feel like masturbation is a way to kind of let it out.
I do it probably every
Those
day.
people who don't orgasm during
Have you
sex
ever
too.
questioned your sexuality?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I went through like a whole questioning phase, like, would I
I still question.
ever really be attracted
Well,
to
it ain't no
another
question
woman?
no more.
I think that's very normal for people to go through. Even just like coming to terms with the fact that you're straight.
I had one very strong crush on a girl, but I think it was more of an infatuation. Just the way she looked, I wanted to look like her more so than be with her.
Have you ever had an orgasm? I have not.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes. Nope.
damn. Oh,
Growing
damn.
up,
What's the
especially
point?
during puberty, there was sort of like this feeling of shame tagged around girls going through puberty and feeling horny. Like if I felt a
That
little
is
horny, I was like,
true.
oh no, like this isn't normal. If I'm horny, I just sit through it and I don't do anything about it and I wait till it passes. But because
Oh,
of that,
that's
like later my
depressing.
body like just when it's like about to orgasm, my body like shuts down. It's like, no, you're not gonna. That's just my
Oh,
mind
damn.
blocking it. Which
That sucks.
something I'm working on.
Oh, and that's very true.
Have you ever faked an
What she
orgasm?
said. I ain't faking.
One time in my early days, because I felt so bad. But never again.
Yeah, don't.
I felt like
terrible.
ashamed that I was taking too long. You kind of have this expectation that you're gonna act like the girls in the pornos.
Is it important to find a partner that can make you orgasm?
Absolutely.
If they can't make you orgasm at first, I think you should find a partner who's willing to learn and adjust to what you want so that you
True.
both can have a better time. And I think if they learn to adjust to what you like, then they're a partner worth having around, and that's the partner you want to have sex with.
For so long,
Very true.
I was with partners. I mean, for 5 or 6 years when I was first having sex, I was with partners again and again that never made me orgasm, but I also didn't know how to make myself orgasm. So
Yeah.
I wasn't masturbating. I wasn't communicating with my partners. I didn't know what positions were turn-ons for me. I had to have a conversation with him because I'm like, I'm lying. I'm lying to me. I'm lying to him. The whole experience just could be so much better. And so I remember he was laying in bed. We had the conversation and he was saying, he's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. So it's not necessarily
Aw.
important for me to be with a partner that makes me orgasm, but it is important for me to be with a partner that prioritizes my pleasure.
True.
Do you feel like you mostly
Good
just
advice.
accommodate men and what they want during sex?
Hell.
I
no.
definitely get like nervous in the sense of like, am I performing well? Am I doing a good job?
At first, yes. As I started to be with more people, I started to realize, I started to ask, well, what do you
Yes,
want
more
me to do?
people.
What do you like? And I was like, what do I like? I don't know.
What do you consider assault or rape? I think I may have been, but I don't exactly know.
If you say no and they keep going.
Oof. I know a lot of people are taught rape or assault is this big, scary, aggressive thing. It could be something like with someone you're really comfortable with or someone you
sure.
considered yourself to trust. Is it okay if I talk about an assault? Because like my first time was like a coercion kind of situation.
Oh.
I knew at some point I wanted to do it with that person, but I just didn't feel like I was ready per se, and I was pressured into it, which was something that like we're not really taught about like coercion and stuff like that in school, and really the depth of consent. So
Yeah.
I didn't really have that understanding. Like just because I did say yes eventually and it did end up going that way, that's not okay.
So many of us
That's
have
true.
this question. I've had very personal conversations with dear friends who didn't come to terms with the fact that they had been assaulted or raped until 5 or 6 years later.
Oh,
If you
damn.
can afford, or if your insurance covers it, get some professional advice and guidance on this, because this is a question that really needs to be talked about more.
And then last question.
They're
Why
right. It
is
goes
something
deeper
that
than
you
just saying
You
no.
learned in sex ed.
That girls masturbated.
The range of consent and what is no.
I wish I was taught more about sex not being such a shameful thing for women.
That part. This was such a great video and very informative. I feel like a lot of young women should watch this. I agree with so much that they said. And yeah, as far as assault and rape goes, it definitely goes further than just saying no. So yeah, they definitely elaborated on that. Because yeah, that's my first thought, is something very violent and aggressive. But like she said, it doesn't have to be, you know, that intense. It could be just, yeah, somebody pressuring you into it and you feeling so uncomfortable that you end up giving in because, you know, you don't want to disappoint them, or because you're scared. That definitely, you know, falls into the line of rape, assault. So yeah, that's a very, very touchy topic. A lot of women go through experiences like that and they don't talk about it because they are embarrassed, or they convince themselves that, oh no, I said yes, so, you know, I was the one who agreed to it. But if you were super pressured into it and made to feel uncomfortable or unsafe, then that definitely qualifies as you being assaulted to some degree. So yeah, that they got really deep at the end. But yeah, definitely agree with a lot of things they said. This is a really informative video. Y'all let me know what y'all thought. Let me know what other videos you want me to watch, and I'll see you on the next one.